Welcome to the daily review from KASM Capital. The US market, euro, the US dollar, the movement in Bitcoin as well as trends in oil and gold, as given by the founder and director Dr. Man.
Morning, how's everybody? Hope you've all had a wonderful weekend. It's the start of the central bank bonanza week. Lots of central banks reporting this week, the most important being the Federal Reserve, which starts its meeting tomorrow and will follow that up with a rate decision on Wednesday, followed by a press conference from the big man, Jay Powell himself, with whom Trump apparently doesn't seem to be very satisfied, considering he called him incompetent. So the Fed circus continues while the Fed rate decision is awaited. It is widely expected that the Fed will cut rates, which is 90% certain that there will be a 25 base point cut. However, there is a 10% expectation that this rate cut will be higher than 25, which I don't think is going to happen. My prediction is that it will be 25, and even if there is a 50 base point cut, that in fact is going to spook the market somewhat rather than encourage them, because that will perhaps send the impression that the American economy is weakening. Hence, the Fed has cut so aggressively to support the economy. And since that is not happening, I don't see the Fed doing that. So we should be prepared for a 25 base point cut day after tomorrow afternoon. In view of that, the markets are more of a holding pattern, not moving much, but it seems that the markets are ready to jump at any point. The overall outlook appears optimistic. Markets have picked up after the weekend. All three markets are on the up. With the markets, the US dollar is holding up right now, even though there has been some hawkish remarks from the European Central Bank officials with regards to the rate cuts, after which it was expected that the euro would take a hit, which it hasn't, though the euro versus the USD is holding steady. Bitcoin did take a dip over the weekend, but has again started to pick up. It is hovering at the 114,000 level mark. The gold prices have been pretty much static. I would expect them to stay this way unless there is any major socio-economic decisions, which I don't think you see happening until Wednesday. After Wednesday, I think the markets will rally, and so will gold, and so will Bitcoin. Oil has shot up overnight after talk of fresh sanctions from the United States upon Russia, and that has pushed up the oil prices. So, on the whole, markets are in a holding pattern. The gold and Bitcoin markets are also waiting for the rate decision. The euro versus the USD is also pretty much holding steady. Seems like the central bank decisions this week is going to be the focus of the markets, and until then, the markets are not going to show much movement. We will keep you posted for more. And my prediction for this week is that there will be a 25 base point cut on Wednesday, and the markets will surge as a result. And with that, so will the Bitcoin as well as gold. The US dollar will obviously take a hit, and the oil prices will also rise further this week. That is my prediction for this week. We will be back with more later today and tomorrow.